Hey, it's Rich again. Squire Classic Vibe. 60s Jazzmaster. I just bought it. It was on sale. I wasn't about to spend $429 plus tax for this, so I got this for after tax $379. Cyber Monday sale, Guitar Center, of course. And I just finished setup, so these are gonna go. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm keeping the guitar, but I hate these Mustang saddles so much. I'm gonna go get the threaded saddles like right after I record this video. I'm probably gonna do it, which is like $25 shipped, something like that. I can't just buy the saddles. I gotta buy the whole bridge. And why? Well, it's this string right here, the one string, because see, when you have Mustang saddles, the only height adjustment you have is here and here. It's bridge height adjustment. You don't get saddle height adjustment. They're fixed. And the only way to unfix that, unfix that, is you got to get threaded Jazzmaster saddles, because they got two little holes in each one, and I'll throw up a photo or something so you can see what I'm talking about. So let's talk about this. I posted a short video, but that was before I took off all the stuff and set this guitar up as good as I could get it. Again, I got to get rid of these saddles and put on proper Jazzmaster saddles, but anyway, here's what I had to do. There was plastic on this vibrato piece. Thank you, Squire? I'm not sure. Well, anyway, so when I went to change the string, I'm looking at this and it looked all milky and cloudy. And then I realized they put a plastic cover on this thing. Why? I don't know. So I had to unscrew here. Oh, and I just noticed I forgot to retighten the screw. Look at that. Do I have my screwdriver handy? I do. I'll do it right now while I'm recording this. So anyway, yep, I forgot to do that one. Done. Okay. So I had to undo this, and this. I didn't have to do the 4 in the middle, and then that came off. And then I had to undo, because you don't have to undo all the screws, but most of them you do, to get off the plastic cover off the pick guard here. So it's here, yeah, here, 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 2 knobs, 2 nuts, here, 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 not this one, here, 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 and I think I pointed out this one, but not these 2, because that's for this, and this. No, I'm sorry. This, and this, and this. You can tell because they're slightly smaller screws are for these controls up here. And that is actually what I'll talk about first. Now, part of the reason I decided to get this guy, other than price. Actually, yeah. I'm thinking of the proper way to say this. I can't think of one, I'll just go for it. This is literally the lowest cost, even at $429, is the, which I didn't pay. I told you how much I paid a moment ago. The lowest cost full kit Jazzmaster. And what does full kit mean? It means you get both circuits. You get the rhythm circuit, and you get the lead circuit, and you get Jazzmaster pickups, which everyone calls P90s. They are not. These are Jazzmaster pickups. And you still get the linear taper volume control and the audio taper tone control. So is it still a 1 meg? Yeah, it still is. And I believe so. This one is too. I don't think they're 250Ks, because when I play this guy, Jazzmaster wonky goodness, here we go. Oh, you hear that? Single coil. And if I, okay, 2 pickups, they cancel out. it buzzed again. Totally normal. And when I go to the rhythm circuit, oh yeah, that noise is still not quite as loud, but still there. But anyway, so if I go to bridge pickup, ready? Here we go. Yeah, Jazzmaster. Middle position, lead circuit. And neck position, front position. And the rhythm circuit, slightly darker, neck pickup, front pickup only. Back to lead circuit, rear pickup. Now, the linear taper thing is awesome because it basically means you never have to touch the tone control. I'll explain to you what I mean. If I go full volume with this, it gets all ice picky and clacky. But if you turn it down, just the volume, just a little bit. Go volume full up. I'll explain to you what that means. On the vast majority of Fender electric guitars, they have 250 Stratocasters and Telecasters. You have 250K audio taper, volume and tone controls. The Jazzmaster and the Jaguar, proper Jazzmasters and Jaguars, have a linear taper volume control and an audio taper tone control of 1 meg each, 1000K. So what that means is that when you're on 10 and you turn it back to 8 about, you get a rather sharp treble cutoff because it is a linear taper and not an audio taper. To do the same on a Strat or a Telecaster with an audio taper, you have to turn it down to about 5. So while you can still do it, that's not really usable because you lose too much volume. But with this guitar, you can go all the way up and then turn down a little bit. What is that? About, yeah, 8.5, 8.5, 9. You do not have to touch the tone control. You can just leave that on 10 and then, so just a little bit, and you get that treble cutoff while still keeping the volume throughput. Yeah, that's cool, and I'm glad the Jazzmaster, the classic vibe, does that. This is a 2023 build, so it was built this year. Let's see, 2020. Oh, it is Indonesian build, by the way, if you were wondering. Not a China build in this one. 2302349. I'm assuming that means the second week or February of 23 this was built. Not sure. But if you guys know how to decode the Squier serials, comment if you'd like. The color, Daphne Blue. Now, of course, when you go to the Fender website, look up the Squier guitars, Daphne Blue is not listed. How did I get it? It's a Guitar Center exclusive color. What they have that you'll see on the Fender website for Squier guitars is Sonic Blue, which is not the same as Daphne Blue. This is bluer, a little darker. You can think of a Sonic Blue as a cross between Daphne and Surf Green. It's right in the middle. So this one edges a little like a cotton candy style blue, and then you got the surf green, and then you got Sonic in the middle, and you got this. And this is my first jazz. I've owned, how many Jazz Masters have I owned? I had a red one. I had two Sonic blue ones. I had a surf green. This is Jazz Master number 5. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. Jazz Master number 5. My first one with a tortoise guard, whereas all the other ones had a parchment or mint green guard. It works really well with the Daphne blue. Typical of the Squier, this is a non-locking vibrato system, because yeah, it's got the adjustment screw right here, but you don't see that button, which essentially just locks it into place. Do I wish I had it? No, because I find that useless. Because what happens is that if you lock, there have been some guys that have tried to argue with me on this point, and they're all wrong. Where they say, oh yeah, if you set it up correct, then when you use the lock and then when you unlock, it still stays in tune. No, it doesn't. No, that's why I don't like them. See, here's the thing. If you lock, which means you cannot use this when it's in the, if you have the button, it's in the lock position. Okay, you're fine, and you tune up and you're good. You unlock that, now all your strings are out of tune. And even if you bend them a little bit, no. I have never known anyone to get a proper setup with that lock. So if I had it, I would always leave it unlocked. I don't even need it. So I'm okay not having it. I mean, aesthetically, yeah, it looks a little naked, a little bit. Does that bother me? No. Although I do wish there was some type of script on this, like even if it said Squier, because the ones made by Fender say Fender on it, and it looks cool, you know, and all that. This one, plain. But it's, again, full kit Jazz Master. It's got all the stuff in it. Now, I went Squier again because, yes, I shopped around a lot. I even considered building, as in parting together, a Jazz Master. There's no way I could part one together for under the price that I got this for. There's just no way. Also, most Jazz Master copies out there are not full kit. They will have the, oh yeah, they all have the lead circuit, but very few of them have the rhythm circuit. An example of this is the Xavier version of their Jazz Master copy. It's great, except it doesn't have this. It's all in the bottom, nothing on top. I mean, the covers, the whole pick guard's there. Oh, no, it's not, actually, because you'll notice on Jazz Master copies, the pick guard does not go around the bridge. It stops right after this pickup, and then it's just, it looks weird. You need a trained eye. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, and you're like, oh, so you don't have the full pick guard on those most Jazz Master copies, but you do with Squier, and obviously you do with Fender. Speaking of Fender, okay, yes, I did consider getting a Vintera Jazz Master. There's a problem. It's a little too vintage for my liking. This one has the truss rod adjustment at the headstock. The Vintera has the truss rod adjustment here. No, not a cheese wheel. You gotta take off the neck to adjust the truss rod. No thank you. I owned one Jazz Master like that. Never again. Nope, I won't do it. If they had one, not even the Vintera Modified has it up here. They're all, you gotta take off the neck to adjust the truss rod. No. I will not do that. Nope. Which is why I passed on it. Now, then there's the American Professional 2. I think they're at the 2 series. Fender Jazz Master. And it's lovely. It's also $1,800. No. Not spending that kind of loot on that. But it does have the truss adjustment up there. And I'm sure it's great. I've never even tried one. I basically don't want to. I don't want to like that guitar because I cannot see, and that's before tax, by the way. So what are you looking at? 1850, $1,900. So all you're really close to $2,000 at that point for a Jazzmaster. No, no, lovely guitar, I'm sure, but no, not doing it. So ultimately, yeah, I dig this guitar. I'm keeping this guitar. I'm changing this out for sure. This the spring, by the way, on this was actually set up correct, and it was intonated. It's a pity I got to yeah. Try to say that again. It's a pity that I have to swap these out, but they came intonated correct from the store. I was like, oh, nice, nice. The yeah, the last thing I'll say is about the neck. I was so afraid that Squire put a skinny neck on this thing. Now, while I won't say it's chunky, it is normal. Normal for modern C. Modern C, it's about that. It's not like that slim, nasty garbage. This one has got some actual shoulder to it, so good. I'm not saying it's chunky, but it's got shoulder to it, so cool, nice. I can get along with this. And yeah, again, if you're gonna get one of these, this is the lowest cost full kit Jazzmaster where you get both circuits. Now, if you don't care about both circuits, then go get something else. Xavier, oh, even GNL, they have the Doheny. How do you say that name? Well, anyway, that's what they call theirs, and it doesn't have a rhythm circuit. It's so it's not a full kit Jazzmaster, but it is a really good Jazzmaster. So I didn't play it, but I looked it up, checked the spec, and it's got the MFD pickups in it, which are great. So there's all that. I haven't looked under the guard, nor I don't have to. Everything works. It all works. That works. This nice tight switch here. The output jack is good. This has got the right amount of tension. Both knobs do. I was able to adjust these. Now there's usually the way these work, there's a piece of foam. That's just the way Jazzmasters are made. There's a piece of foam underneath each one of these. Seems to be okay. Absolutely no play, no rattling. Very good. And I was able to, and it's not too much foam, meaning I was able to lower them, not by much, but I was able to get them down to where I like. So yeah, I am now a Jazzmaster owner once again, and she sure is pretty.